Velpari, Tamil director Shanker's upcoming movie and its story. Velpari, the generous king of Parambanadu. Velpari was a powerful king who ruled Parambanadu, a hilly region believed to be around present-day Sivagiri in Tamil Nadu. He was known for his extraordinary generosity. He is praised in Sangam poems, Purananuru and other anthologies. Let us get into the story. In a land where hills touch the sky, where rivers whisper to the moon, where emerald forests sing lullabies, lived a king whose heart outshone the sun. His name, Velpari. A name carried by the wind, etched in the breath of the earth, forever echoing in Tamil hearts. About his land. Parambanadu, the kingdom of dreams, where paddy fields danced in golden light, mango groves kissed the clouds, and flowers perfumed the dawn. A realm cradled by nature's arms, a land unbowed, untamed, unbent. Here ruled Velpari, not just as a king, but as the father of his land. A poet among rulers, a giver beyond measure. His kindness, the chariot to the creeper. One gentle morn, as the king strolled alone, a jasmine vine trembled, looking for a friend, searching for a branch, a touch, a hope. Velpari saw the silent plea, and without a pause gave his chariot, a royal seat meant for battle and pride, to a fragile green vine seeking to rise. The world gasped, the poets wept, for here stood a king who would gift the stars, if they asked him in the language of leaves. 3 crowned kings, their envy. Far away in palaces of gold and pride sat 3 crowned kings, Chera, Chola, Pandya. Their crowns heavy with greed, their swords thirsty for lands untouched. They watched Parambanadu, that jewel in the hill's forehead, and their hearts burned in secret fires. How dare a hill king refuse our yoke? How dare he sing to the stars and not to us? Their drums roared, armies marched. 3 crowns, 1 hunger to break a heart that would not bow. Velpari's defiance. Velpari stood upon his fortress peak, watching the endless waves of steel approach. But his eyes held no fear, only the calm of a moon watching a passing storm. Come if you must, he whispered to the winds. My hills shall sing my courage, my rivers shall carry my pledge, but my spirit shall never kneel. The siege begins. The sun rose and fell, moons waxed and waned, armies clad at the forest walls. Velpari's warriors, few but fierce, became tigers and his gauge. They knew no fear, only love for the land, for their king, for their freedom. The 3 kings fumed in their tents, as arrows rained like monsoon tears. Years passed in silent thunder, but Parambanadu stood, proud and wild. The turning tide, betrayal. Yet even mountains were down to whispers when treachery takes root in the shadows. The enemy could not crush the heart of a stone, so they poisoned the streams of trust. Chieftains who shared his salt and song broke their oaths for gold and empty crowns. On a moonless night, the fortress gates betrayed, and Velpari, the mountain sun, fell, a rose trampled by unseen hands. The fall of the king. He fell not with fear, but with a silent sigh, as if a great tree chose its own time to rest. The three kings stood victorious, but the air smelled of ashes and shame. For the land they claimed was soaked in tears, and the king they broke still sang in the wind. His daughters, Angavi and Sangavi. Beyond the broken battlements, two stars wept in the night, Angavi and Sangavi, daughters born of his gentle reign. Left alone, orphaned among warriors, grieved. Their innocence trembled like a lamb's in a storm. Yet, beside them stood Kapilar, a sage, a poet, a friend of unyielding soul. Kapilar's journey. Kapilar, with hair white as moonlit foam, took the princess in trembling hands, wandered from palace to palace, begging for rooms, for kindness, for honor. But cowardice had made kings hollow, their hearts caged by fear of the three crowns. Doors closed, words turned bitter, and hope slipped through Kapilar's fingers like sand. Kapilar's end. Vadakkirutal. When the last door closed, when the last prayer echoed, unanswered, Kapilar climbed the hill of sorrows. Facing north, he sat in silence, choosing to become dust rather than bend. In slow, sacred breaths, he merged with stars, a poet's protest against a world gone blind. Avayar enters, yet fate weaves kindness through unexpected hands. Avayar, wise as earth, soft as mother's song, stepped forward with eyes that saw beyond crowns. With words sweet as honey and mind sharp as a blade, she soothed royal fears, healed royal wounds. The Chola king finally opened his gates. Malayaman's sons stepped forward, and the two daughters found homes of honor and warmth. Velpari's eternal legacy. Velpari's blood fell, but his soul blossomed in poems. His kindness outlived his crown. His courage roared beyond his sword. He became the spirit of giving, the breath of freedom, the flower that chose to bloom even under nights. Children still hear his name in moonlit stories. Elders whisper of his chariot's gift on quiet nights. Poets bow before his shadow, for in his story they find the scent of true nobility. As long as jasmine seeks the sky, as long as rivers kiss the earth, as long as love refuses to kneel, Velpari lives. Not in the stories of a foreign fort, but in the heartbeat of every soul that dares to give without a second thought. He is the king who gave his chariot to a Kripa, the warrior who stood alone against an empire, the father who sang to the hills and stars, the man who became a mountain of love. Velpari, not just a king, but the eternal poem of the Tamil land. Thank you for watching.